Chapter 4. An Old Man Dies. Rarely do doors slam shut. The door inches to the jamb and is ignored. The light still comes through, but slowly and surely the door inches forward, a little less light every day, and still no one notices, until one day the door seals the pathway and no more light comes through. The dark becomes our place. The dark becomes our soul. Soon we forget that open doors exist and that light shone through them. Indra, the king of gods, is cursed by his own guru to become a pig. Indra, the pig, wallows in the dirt, eats filth, makes pig love, has piglets. Brahma comes searching for Indra to take him back to heaven. But Indra, having lived the life of the pig, sees no greater heaven than the mud and filth he has learned to wallow in. Ambrosia and Apsaras are now figments of imagination for him. His life with his family, pigs though they are, is tangible enough. He refuses to return. Only when the gods of heaven kill his family and his physical body is Indra released from the illusion of his pig self. Money seems to serve one fundamental purpose. It is to shield humans from true human nature, and true human nature is neither good nor bad. It is one of opportunism. When a human is presented with opportunities for survival and safety, he will take them. Values, beliefs, and accompanying stories will be accommodated to his choice of survival and safety. Money represents survival and safety. Consequently, all higher intent is modified to accommodate money. When all needs for survival and safety are met, money loses its charm because people become equals. Money is not evil per se, but it is indeed a cruel henchman. I remember the first time I experienced real hunger. After I discard everything I owned into the garbage in the early hours of that morning, I walk without stopping, almost running, to distance myself from the horrid guilt that was tormenting me. As I walk, the city wakes up. The screen doors of its morning part, and a throng of humanity rushes into the day. Amidst the smothering clamor and smells, I stand alone, a lost human without a destination in a city of 7 million rushing towards theirs. It is late in the afternoon before another sensation begins to compete with the turmoil inside. This one comes from the pits of my stomach. I realize I haven't eaten anything since my flight meal. I am suddenly weary. I sit on a stone bench by a roadside coffee shop. It hits me that I have no money, absolutely nothing. I feel naked, helpless, although of my own making. Just then someone steps in front of me. It is a beggar. He is a middle-aged man with a tin can. He shakes his tin can in front of me. It rattles with coins. I have nothing to give him. I tell him so. I tell him I am hungry. We are equals now. He laughs and walks away. But he comes back in a while. This time he has some buns and 2 cups of coffee. We sit there silently, eating buns and drinking coffee. 2 beggars made equal in the absence of money. It is probably about 2 months after my return to India. I am not keeping track. I have wandered the streets, slept on the roadsides, eaten scraps and handouts. A part of me constantly reminds me that this suffering is optional and that there is a way out. A larger voice inside, though, is resisting, urging me to self-flagellate for the unforgivable crimes I have committed. But most of my days are blurry. The inevitable shocks of vagrancy on the merciless streets awaken me from my leaden state every now and then. Hunger forces me to wake up and seek food. I find that people, especially the small street-side shop owners, are inevitably generous with food. I guess they too have experienced hunger and can empathize. The very act of seeking is a welcome break from the apathy that is sucking me in. For me, everything has become a chore. Nothing has meaning anymore. The cruelty I am inflicting on myself seems better than the horrors that spawn inside. Without self-care, my personal hygiene and appearance have taken a nosedive. Layers of dirt cake my unwashed face and body. My clothes are soiled and tattered. I know my hair and beard are matted. Boils and sores are beginning to show up on my body, and I do not even care. I am now one of the countless madmen and women on the streets of India. But most of the mad ones don't know that they are mad, nor are they called so. Only those whose flavor of madness is different from the majority carry the labels of madness. Carrying the label of madness gives me a front row seat to unvarnished human nature. I get a vantage view of human madness because of my newfound label. I think people are comfortable being themselves in front of madmen. Perhaps they know their own insanity will not be judged. I remember, a long time ago, there was a destitute, mentally ill man who we often found sleeping outside my elementary school. Disheveled, dirty, clothes torn, he fascinated and scared me. Perhaps because he was so different from me, I gave myself permission to be cruel. The boys and I would throw twigs or small pebbles at the sleeping man, laugh, and run away screaming when he awoke. This man must have had a story, a life of laughter and sorrow that somehow led him to the shade of a banyan tree outside an elementary school to be mocked at and stoned by little children. If I had known his story, perhaps I would have been kinder to him. Today, I am the madman, disheveled and dirty, with torn clothes. I am the one that children mock and throw stones at outside elementary schools. How quickly the tables turn.